Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jeffries, the present day wise woman. I'm a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This show is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and rock your health and just live from a place of prevention, not waiting to get sick and tired and sucky. That's it. So let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, I am super excited. I have got the gorgeous Sal Howe with me here today. Now, I've only done one other interview, one of these kind of recordings in the past, and I'm really excited that this one's with Sal. Now, the reason I chose Sal is she originally hails from Zimbabwe, which is really cool, but did all of her growing up in the countryside of the UK. She is a farming gal, and then moved to New Zealand. Now, how I know Sal is I originally met Sal as a surf teacher down at, where were we? Kingscliff. I came and did that surf school with you. Gosh, that's probably 2 years ago now. That's just a bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And I remember one day, we'd had surf, I'd had a lesson and we were just talking after it, and it came up that you're a kinesiologist. And I went, oh my God, you're a kinesiologist. I have to come and see you because I love kinesiology. You give us a little bit of your background story, because you grew up in England, but your mum was a yoga teacher, which is where you started to get that mind-body connection. Because kinesiology is very much that, that emotional part of illness. So tell us a bit of your story. Let's start there before we dig in.
So my mum was a yoga teacher for 25 years back in the day when it
wasn't cool.
wasn't so cool, and was like done out of village halls and constantly kind of trying to watch TV with legs up in the air, and she's just doing yoga all over the place, which was awesome. And at the time I just didn't really get it. I went to one of her classes once, and I remember she lit the candles to the meditation at the end, and I was there supposed to be shutting my eyes, and I was peeking out going, what's going on? But at the same time I was also quite fascinated about what was going on as well. And she was also a nurse as well, so there was always medical type books around, and I was fascinated by the body from a really, really young age. And then also how the mind worked as well, and studied psychology at college after school, and then a little bit at uni as well.
Yep.
And it kind of all came together that it led me down a path of initially training to be a youth and community worker. And I worked in council-run youth centres in the UK for quite a few years after coming out of uni, and it was great. It really helped me find my feet. But I wanted to do more of the health thing. So when I went to New Zealand, I did a graduate diploma in public relations, as to attach onto my already existing honours degree. And went into doing health promotion, and I was like, yes, this is really cool, because I still had that connection with community and also with young people.
Yep.
I really enjoy that motivation aspect of educating people and empowering them to make their own choices, but then helping them through their difficulties, because it's not necessarily a case of just give someone some information and then all of a sudden they'll do it. You've got to be able to coach them through. So I worked for family planning for a while, doing sexual health education in schools and in alternative education schools and various different projects, and then went in and did a really cool project called Project Energize, which is in New Zealand. Started in Waikato, and we went into schools training the teachers about healthy eating and activity. So it wasn't sport, it wasn't competitive sport, it was teaching them about incidental activity, like fundamental skills, so that these kids could actually know how to be able to catch a ball or run, and then did lots of things around sugary drinks and foods and what's good and what's bad, and it was great. It was a really good project. But when I came over to Australia 9 years ago, there was a bit of a shift in politics, I think, and in the government, and the sector of health promotion wasn't really being supported anymore. And I went down the journey of having kids. So
I've got bambinos, and now you teach kids and big kids like me how to surf.
Yes.
And then, but you're a pracky, so you're a kinesiologist. All right. How was that?
Yes.
What was that link that took you from doing all that kind of work with government and health and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, make babies, but then coming out the other side, what made you want to study kinesiology? Because it's pretty full on to study.
It is, you know, I went through a period of time where I was a little bit lost as to what to do as well, because I couldn't kind of find my niche in Australia of where to slot in. And my qualifications being from overseas are a little bit different and had to be adapted and stuff. So it was a bit of a combination between that and also having quite a serious car accident in the early 2000s and some health issues and whatnot, which I have PTSD for quite a long time, and I'm pretty sure that I don't react from it anymore. But that combination of everything and the interest in health led me down the path of kinesiology. And when I actually went up to Eleanor and had a treatment with a lady called Megan Stray, amazing lady, like fantastic. And that one treatment just changed my whole perspective, because the thing that was affecting me is that it was affecting my surfing, because I kept on pulling off of waves. I was always living in the outer circle of what everybody else was doing and not what I was doing.
Yep.
And so, talking to her about studying and just experiencing that energy shift, which is so fundamental, led me down the path of studying up at NK Institute in Wollongbar with Hugo Tobar. And combining it with my other interests of doing breath work and doing surfing, and this is me, kind of a combination of all of it. And I think that it represents different parts of my personality as well. And it's the first time that I've ever felt that I'm able to do the things that truly interest me without somebody saying, no, you can't do that because it doesn't fit into our pigeonhole. So it's nice. Yeah, it's really good.
Very cool. And exactly, your business name there, Flow State Mind Breath Motion, says it all. And that's it. We're a holistic being. And that's what I bang on all the time about, the fact that we can't just do physical stuff. Like you can eat your raw, vegan, organic, paleo, keto, I don't care how bloody healthy diet, and still have a really out of balance body. Or you can be butting your head trying to learn to surf, and there can be some childhood thing that's stopping you, or just something in life and stuff that's stopping you. And I've loved kinesiology. It was one of my main modalities in my work. And I went down the aromatic kinesiology kind of thread through Robbie Zeck 30 years ago, lifetime ago. But that's how we really connected. We connected with surfing, but we really connected with that. And you are part of my regular preventative treatment protocol nowadays, which I love. It totally works for me. So tell me, what do you think is the, if there's an exceptional thing that makes kinesiology different out there from a treatment perspective?
Yeah, I think the power and the beauty of kinesiology is that it's not relying on what somebody thinks they have to say, because it's not about the initial talk therapy. I mean, the thing that still fascinates me every time that I do a treatment is that somebody may walk in that I've never met before, and I'm reading their body and using the muscle feedback, so that the biofeedback from doing muscle testing, to find out which direction the balance is going to go. And depending on whether I'm on a meridian or a chakra or whichever system I'm in, then I may say something like, there's a stress showing around this organ or this emotion, and then all of a sudden a story comes out, and it's like, wow, yeah, that's and I've been having pain there, and all of a sudden the story they might not have thought about for many years, or have been pushing to the back of their mind, all of a sudden brings everything to the surface, that unknown or unaware information to the surface, and then allows that person to be able to connect the dots of current behaviors and why those current behaviors are coming out, and the behaviors may not even be related to that initial situation that might have happened, but it kind of morphs into another being. And when that understanding comes to the person is so incredibly powerful, because you know, us as beings, if we suppress those emotions, yeah, we might not think about it on a daily basis, but it comes out in other ways.
Totally.
You know, and it's being able to break that down and get some understanding. And when there's awareness and when there's understanding, then there's power to have a choice to be able to do something about it. And that's what the beauty is of, I think, of kinesiology, is shifting those energies around. And yeah, there is a physical shift, but it's the empowerment of giving that person the information, and then they can choose to do something about it. And when they do choose to do something about it, and to have some major changes in their lifestyle or their social group or whatever it is, those changes last, because that blockage doesn't come back. Whereas if someone's like thinking, oh, well, I want you to fix me, and then, you know, they're back, I don't know, a month later, it's like, yeah, but this is still happening. And I ask them, well, have you done anything to be able to make any changes? And they're like, no. And I'm, you know, there needs some more conversations and a bit more education around that, taking that responsibility to be able to implement the changes. So
yeah. It's that's the thing. So as practitioners, we can open the door and we can facilitate, start the process, but then people want to lock that in, and that's that they need to lock that in. That's my thing. I love helping people get reboots physically and emotionally. But the biggest thing is, don't wait to get sick. So don't wait to do the tired and crap, you'll be looking down while you're surfing again and all those kind of things. It's, you know, it's not just physical ailments, guys. This is emotional stuff. Like I had a balance with you a little while ago because I had the shittest winter surfing, because I found myself just looking down all the time. If you look down, you fall down. And I went, I surfed way better last winter. What is it? But then when we did the balance, like my mum's been really crook, and I've literally been just dealing with life day to day to day. And I had nothing else in front of me. And it made sense when you did a balance and clear one thing, then you can clear others. Now I still have a long way to go with my surfing, but it was noticeable, you know, straight away, which, I love everything
because
about that.
You got that awareness, you know, and that's the thing, is that we are really good at lying to ourselves.
Oh shit, and justifying everything.
Justifying everything, you know, oh, I need this glass of wine because I had a hard day, you know, or I didn't want to cook tonight, I went and got takeaway because I've been busy all week, or, you know, and we're masters at it because we need to be able to justify that that's okay. And, you know, but then if we're doing that over and over and over again, then that's becoming a habit, and that becomes you know, a stress on our lives and our system, and that's when things start to come unraveled. And it's having that like I said, the awareness of the fact that it's been highlighted, that like, oh yeah, I do that. Okay, well that is leading to this situation happening, but I can change that. You know, and that is just, in a nutshell, the most powerful thing ever. Is having the choice to change, and knowing that that it's our choice. It's not somebody else telling us anything to do. The power lies with that person. So yeah,
I love Hippocrates said, given the right place and time, the human body can fix anything. And I believe that to the core of my being.
Yeah.
The challenge is that so many people will just look at the physical. I've got a sore back, or I've got a sore something. They'll go and get a massage, or, you know, whatever kind of modality they play with, but they won't look at the emotion. And whether we like it or not, we're emotional beings. We have to go there. Yes. And kinesiology is perfect for that. In my kind of layman's terms, when I've tried to explain it over the years to friends, I've said, you know, we've got this, you know, invisible electrical system that runs through our body. And every time we have a trauma, whether it's physical or emotional, it's like it blows a fuse. And so, you know, we have a facilitator. We have a person who helps us. I can't even say facilitator. We have a cell who helps to reset those fuses. And that's where I go for you, whether it's just a checkup or whether there is something going on to just bring me back into balance. And
I think that, you know, our Western society is so used to thinking something hurts, or I'm sick, or, you know, something's not right, I'll go to the doctor and they'll fix me, and that's okay, because, you know, they know everything and I don't. And it's, you know, and it's understandable we have that. It's like our society's built up around it. So, but when you start thinking, well, actually, maybe if I change my lifestyle or a thought pattern, or that is so much more, one, sustainable, because you're not relying on someone else. Two, it's free. generally
Yeah,
speaking, you know.
totally.
And we're not putting any medication into the body, and those changes is the prevention, because the organs are going to work a lot better, the energy is going to flow a lot better around the body, and then when we feel like we've got energy and I feel like that we can function better, then obviously our emotions are going to be a lot better as well. And yeah, we need the medical world, we have to have them there. Like,
yeah, we can't stitch heads. We
yeah,
can't.
if someone has a car accident, they're not going to come and see me.
Yeah, they're not going to go, oh, just muscle test this. It's like, save me out of the car wreck. But then deal with the emotion that's come out of that car wreck.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not just the fact you got whiplash or whatever, deal with the emotion that's locked in there too.
Yeah, because our body our muscles hold memory, like, and we, from that, you know, if our muscle isn't working properly because of the blockage from that trauma or whatever's happened, then that's going to affect an organ, and it's just a knock-on effect of different things, you know. And being able to work with it and find out why this is coming up is is awesome. It's an awesome modality.
It is. I do so much work up in Asia, and I love the fact they pay the doctors to keep them well.
Yeah, it's great.
If you get sick, you don't pay, which is the opposite of our medical model. But the biggest thing I've done in my life the last 30 odd years is same. I have my acupuncture regularly, you know, that's a weekly thing. I see you regularly. I have different modalities that I tap into regularly just to keep me in that place where my body works for me, because I'm very human. All the same kind of shit can go off balance with me too, but I don't wait to always, you know, my intention is that I don't wait to reach that point, but sometimes stuff will just sneak up. So from your point of view, yes, kinesiology is awesome for treating stuff, but why should people live from that place of prevent? We know why we like to.
Yeah.
But why do you encourage people to have regular treatments?
Well, I mean, I can only kind of like talk about it from my point of view. First of all, I mean, I have many years of poor health due to a low-lying infection that was undiagnosed for many years in my uterus, and it was coming up with asymptomatic things, and I was very sick. I mean, I couldn't work for quite a long time, and I relied on the medical world to be able to help me. But when I got well and it was diagnosed and it got sorted out, I just got to this place where I was like, I never want to go back there ever again. It was so disempowering. It was just like I'm constantly anxious about knowing what's coming next. Like, when's this appointment? What's going to be happening? And that in itself, the anxiety that it creates is counterintuitive to being able to heal, you know. So I sat with this afterwards, and I was like, well, hold on, the stress of this is worse than the actual like illness. So what about if I create a balance with this where I feel as though that I'm in the driving seat, and I'm not like advocating for people never to go to this doctor, because they have to. And like, there's certain things that
they've got their place. Absolutely.
But that place of prevention, it makes you feel like you know what's going on with your body. You become a lot more in tune with your body. Like you start thinking, oh, okay, well, I know that if I don't stretch, for example, then my knee's going to hurt, or I know that around the time of my period, then this back thing's going to be really, really sore, so maybe I won't surf for those couple of days, or maybe I'll go and do something else to be able to help that. So it's being able to read your own body and go, okay, well, I can't maintain that now. I need to be going to either a kinesiologist or a massage therapist or an acupuncturist, because I need a little bit of an extra boost, because I think it takes many years to get a lot of awareness from our body, and we're never gonna know anything. But starting point, checking in every day, scanning your body, just scanning, thinking about where you're breathing from, thinking of, am I mouth breathing, am I nose breathing, am I breathing into my belly? I mean, that's one of the basic fundamental things that we don't even talk about in society, and it has a huge impact on health. Huge.
You helped me so much with breathing. I was surfing this morning, and I was consciously in through my nose and out through my nose. Like you've changed the way I breathe, which is really good, because I've been a mouth breather my whole life, and it's huge. So all right, so can you give us quickly, just as a takeaway, if you don't mind, can you explain box breathing?
Box breathing. Okay, so
guys, this shit's really cool, and I use it.
Yeah, so box breathing comes from from the military actually, and people that were in special forces, in combat, and they needed to run somewhere and then get focused really, really quickly, drop their heart rate and focus on whatever they're doing at the time. So so box breathing is very much like a box. So you breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, out for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds. And it's very much breathing in through the nose and expanding that bottom part of your lungs, which is where all your parasympathetic receptors are. So that's why you feel nice and relaxed, because it turns on that rest and digest. It drops your heart rate very quickly because of the breath holds. And also drops your blood pressure and turns your thinking part of your brain back on, because when we're stressed, the thinking part of the brain just goes crazy. So so it's really, really good. If you get out the back surfing and you need to be out, you're on your board and there's no waves coming in, you need to be able to kind of calm down really quickly. It's quite a nice one to do there. Or if the kids are driving you crazy, or if you're at work and your boss is stressing you out, it really does. 2 or 3 minutes is enough to be able to get things started. It doesn't take that long whatsoever. So it's really powerful. I really like the box breath. So you've been using it in the surf? Yeah,
because I'm still not the world's strongest paddler, and I get out the back and I'm absolutely rooted. And I consciously, so I use it while I'm paddling out now too. So before I would use it for recovery but now when I'm paddling, I'm consciously, not the whole time, but when I notice that I'm mouth breathing, I bring it in, and I'm so surprised how much it relaxes.
And I just want to say on that, sorry to interrupt. Nose breathing whilst you're paddling is really, really hard because you get water up your nose. So any aquatic exercise is going to be really difficult doing breathing through your nose. So what you want to be doing is piercing your lips.
Okay.
And drawing that air in and out. But the thing is, it's not so you're not panting, because that's your not so good mouth breathing. It's very much having a control of that breath coming in and breath going out. And then when you're up on your board and you're away from the water, then you want to be doing that nasal breathing. And and even just after you do the box breathing, sitting there and breathing in and out through your nose still maintains that nice calm headspace and body. So it's really quite powerful.
It is. And I've well and truly introduced that into everyday life for me as one of my ways to live from prevention. So thank you for that. I appreciate it to the max. So we've pretty much come to the end of our time. Please tell everybody where they can find you. What's the best way to find you and all, because you run super cool workshops. Not everything's surfing related either, guys. You want to follow what Sal does.
Yeah, so jump onto my website, which is flowstatembm.com.au, Facebook and Instagram. You can find it as well, Flow State MBN or Flow State Mind Breath Motion. Get in touch. It would be really good to hear from you all.
Yeah, and if you're in Southeast Queensland, I promise it's worth driving from Vegas or places like that to come and have a treatment with Sal. It really is. So gorgeous woman, thank you so much. I appreciate all that you are. And that's what life's about, just living from that place of prevention, not waiting to get sick.
Oh, great. Awesome. Thank you so much for the chat. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Sal.
Okay, see ya.
So guys, I'm leaving you with one healthy life hack today. And that is from Sal, and that is to box breathe. Do it, guys, whether you're in the surf or just in your everyday life. I promise, bring it in as a habit. It will just change the way your body deals with stuff. What do you want to leave them with, Sal?
Oh, do the box breathing. It's going to change your life for sure. It's simple. Just do it. It's awesome. Just
do it. I love it. So in the words of Sal, just do it. And so, guys, if you want to grab the show notes where I will have all the links to all of Sal's stuff, go to www.healthylifehacks.com.au. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with your friends and scroll down to the comment section, guys. It's below the description of the video, because click into the line that says add a public comment, add your comment, click the comment box, and every month I draw one lucky person who leaves a comment down below to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Also, be sure to subscribe to the show and like it so that you're always catching that next episode. If you'd like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below, join my newsletter, and you will get the free ebook sent to you nice and easy. So I welcome your emails. You can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, guys, remember that when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.